up, yo? Hey, I haven't been on YouTube in such a long time. I could only explain. Well, I will explain. So, I literally work a full-time freaking job. I work Monday through Saturday, and I literally only get 3 days off a month. That's it. That's all I get off. So it's been like really hard for me to find some time off and want to do videos. In the beginning I was like all motivated. It was like, yeah, I want to do videos and just share my life with the world. And it was mainly because like all my family and friends, you know, I don't live by them. I'm always moving around state to state to state every few years, and they get to miss out on my life and I get to miss out a little bit on their life. So I wanted to start doing a little bit of YouTube so that when I do videos they can see a little bit of what's going on with me, trying to catch up, you know, just little things like that. But so I kind of stopped for a few months, but I'm gonna try to make it one of my goals in 2020 to just try to make maybe a video on Saturday or on Sunday, and then try to see if I can edit it throughout the week and post it. So I'm gonna try to see if I can do that. Like I said, I only get 3 Sundays out of the month off, so it's been really tough on me. And matter of fact, like today I found myself having a little bit of time before I had to go to work, and I literally have maybe less than 19 minutes to make this video up and already start getting ready for work and pulling a 24-hour shift. So I'm gonna be exhausted tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to find some time tomorrow to go ahead and edit it and put it up for you guys. But anyways, yeah, so I wanted to start off with letting you guys know my 2020, how it has started. Like today is the 13th, alright, so it's been 2 weeks into 2020, and I can already begin to tell you so much has freaking happened to me. Like, it's unbelievable. So let's start with the bad news first. Okay, so on December 31st, I was sleeping. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. My neighbor comes, knocks on my door. You know, my wife Marisol, she comes and she wakes me up. She's like, hey, someone rang the doorbell. And I'm like, what? No way, for real? There's someone at the door? And the only reason why it's a shock to me is because we don't invite people to our house. Like, we're very private people. So like when someone's knocking at my door, they should only be knocking because I invited them, and it should not be a surprise. So when someone does knock on my door, I'm always like alert or on the edge, like, who could that be? Because I don't have people come over my house like that, you know. So I got up and I walked to the door, took a peep on the little peephole, and it's my neighbor in a bathrobe, you know. So I'm just over here thinking, like, you know what? She probably got locked out of her house. Like, I don't know. She can be in distress 7 o'clock in the morning. Literally, it was like 7 in the morning. So I'm like, a million things were running through my head. And I'm over here looking like a freaking, like a changa. Like, my hair's all over the place. Like, my eye, like, I probably still had like eye boogers. Like, I had no shoes on. And what she was gonna tell me was something that I did not expect at all. Like, it was something that I for sure did not expect. She's like, hey, I was getting ready for work, and I think someone hit your car.
Oh my God!
What? I couldn't believe what my ears were hearing. Like, she's like, I think someone hit your car, and I was like, nah. I went to the room so quick, put on my shoes, ran outside, and lo and behold, my car was smashed. And I'm not even talking about like a little scratch or anything. So for my neighbor to wake me up, it was definitely not a little scratch. I'm gonna see if I can try to put the videos on there, if on the video. If I can't, then which I'm pretty sure I can add it on there so you can see. I live in an apartment, so my car, the person that hit my car so hard that it shifted over to the parking lane. So I'm parked, shifted over, and it would hit so hard that it shifted 2 cars over. So my car hit another car, and that car had shifted over. So it was like a domino effect. 2 cars were shifted over because of how hard the impact was hit to my car. And I was like, when I saw that, I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Like, this car, I literally was almost done paying for it. Like, I literally would have been done paying for it like next month. Like, literally next month it would have been done paying. Paid for. And what was even more upsetting was, one, this is my only means of transportation. Like, me and my wife been sharing this car. I was waiting to pay it off and then buy another car so that I don't have 2 car payments, you know. Like, who wants 2 freaking car payments? Nobody wants 2 car payments. Me and my wife sure don't want 2 car payments, so I was almost done with that car. She get another car, and then we can have 2 cars, and then yeah. So a million things were running through my head. I was like, I was so pissed and so furious that I was so pissed off. And I was more pissed off for the fact that whoever hit my car didn't even have the audacity to leave a note and be like, hey, my bad, I hit your car, like, here's a note, here's my name, here's my insurance, or something. They didn't leave nothing. They were just, I was so pissed. So I called the police, and where I live, the highway patrol had to show up because the area that I live belongs to highway patrol and not the police department. It's kind of weird. So the highway patrol come over, and they were like, you know, took down a report and everything, and then they were just like, yeah, they didn't do no investigation, they didn't do nothing, they just did the report. And it was kind of like maybe one of those things that they just do regularly, have no care for. And then I was like, so if I find out who it is, what's next? And he's like, just call us. I was like, all right, cool. Sure enough, where I parked, I was kind of lucky. I wasn't lucky that I got hit, but I live in the first building in the gated community of where I live in. So in the gate entrance, there's cameras, the front and back cameras. So the camera, I know for sure, caught everything, like, of what happened, because my car is literally parked right there in front of the camera. So I just waited till the office opened. I went to the office and I was like, hey, yo, someone hit my car and I'm trying to figure out who it was. So the property manager, you know, had to do a couple things. Anyways, long story short, he then later, when he found the time to show me the video, we were skimming through the video. Oh, let me back up. Alright, let me back up. So when the state trooper was the highway patrol was taking down my information, tell me why one of my neighbors walks on by and they were like, oh, your car got hit. I heard something around 11:30 last night, and it was like a big loud crash, but I was so comfortable in my bed that, you know, I just didn't get up. But I definitely heard something around 11:30. Yo, I'm like, I'm already pissed that my car's crashed, and now you come up to me while I'm doing the report and admit that you were just sleeping, laying down, they didn't want to get up because you were cozy in your bed. I get it, lady. It just pissed me off. It's just like, wow, like, you could have been the person that's seen everything and you just was just like, I'm too comfortable. What if something was happening a lot more worse and you're just like, yeah, I'm comfortable in my bed? I don't mean to talk bad about nobody, but I guess maybe in the moment I was just pissed, livid. So I was just like, lady, you are not helping. Like, you're not helping the situation at all. But the important information that she gave me was she heard it around 11:30. So when let me fast forward to now me being in the property management office. We were looking through the cameras and we were like trying to we didn't have time to be sitting there for like 8 hours to be like, all right, when did this accident happen, right? So then I had told the property manager, I'm like, you know what, some lady did say around 11:30 that she heard something. So lo and behold, we go down to like 11:27, somewhere around that time frame, and we start watching cars. At 11:30, so at 11:33 is when my car got crashed. 11:33 p.m. So that girl that thought she heard something definitely was spot on and definitely did hear it, but didn't want to get up. So what happened, I'm over here thinking, because the way that my car was shifted, I thought someone hit my car, right? Give me a second, I need to stop my dryer, hold on. Okay, I have 9 minutes left, I just looked at my clock. Okay, so what ended up happening was, the way that my car was shifted, I thought someone hit my car and drove off to the gate and left. So I'm like, you know what, somebody must have invited somebody, they were drunk, they hit my car and they left. So to find who it is gonna be pretty hard, because of that was just my assumption because of the way the car was laid out. So no, that is not, I mean, the drunk part I don't know, but the way that I thought happened, it did not happen. This is what happened. I have the video as well on my phone, so hopefully I can put it on there for you guys. What ended up happening was, she drove in,
That's a 14.
open, the gates open, continues to go in. My car's right here. Passes my car. I don't know if she thought like, ooh, there's a parking space that I missed or something, and she decides to back up. There's my car. She said, she rear-ended my car, shifted 2 cars, stopped for like a couple seconds, and then drove forward and parked in the building next to me. My neighbor, well, one of my neighbors, because I have a lot of neighbors since I live in an apartment, hit my car, parked, didn't say nothing to nobody. How do you think that you're just gonna get away or get out of a situation when you literally live the building next to me? Like, what kind of person are you? Like, some people just don't have that within themselves to be a human being and be like, hey, sorry I hit your car. Sometimes you have to think about others, like, hey, this might be the only means of transportation, or what if this person is so broke they can't afford another car? What if I wasn't able to afford another car? Like, they don't think about nothing. They're just probably thinking about self. Oh, make sure I don't get caught or whatever. So that's how my new year, like, that was the 31st. So when I found out who it was, that same day, we called the sheriff's department and we were looking for, I think it was like Officer Thomas or something like that. I don't remember his name. Well, he's on the report. Me and the other guy that got hit, the other guy called the department, the highway patrol department. I called them and asked for that specific officer. They said that we were gonna call him back. And then we sat there and waited for like half an hour, and I'm like, okay. So I told the guy, I was like, hey, so my family's here in town. I barely get to see them. I barely get to hang out with them. So since they're in town, we're about to go out to eat and celebrate New Year's. If you hear anything, here's my number. So I gave him my number so that he can send me a text message or something in case if the state trooper, I mean the highway patrol gets back to him. You know, the whole day goes by, spend my New Year's, you know, woo, whatever. Come back, the next day I happened to see my other neighbor that got hit as well. I asked him like, hey, by any chance did that highway patrol get back to you or anything? And he was just like, I called him 3 times and he has not yet got back to me. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, now we're on January 1st. So I was just like, well, I don't have time today, but I have time tomorrow, January 2nd, to go ahead and go up there. I'll probably just go in person then, since they haven't contacted you. But obviously they're not good at answering they're not good at returning the phone calls, right? So fast forward to January 2nd, I go to the office, and in the highway patrol they have a sign that says all traffic incidents or accidents go to the building next door. Not like that, it's important. So I go to the building next door, and I was like, this is what I forgot. I forgot to tell you. When I had reported to that to the property manager, right, and we found out it was one of our neighbors, I wrote down I started walking down to where they live in the building next door, and I seen their car, took down their tag number. And you know, to protect the privacy of the person who it is, the property manager can't really tell me what door they live, which is good, it's fine. I mean, I don't need to know where they live or anything. So I stood in the office, and the property manager went to go and knock on the door. And before they went and knocked on the door, I had seen this individual, which ended up being a female. This female came out to her car and walked back inside. So I knew she was home because I seen her walk to her car, and I told the property manager, I'm like, hey, matter of fact, she's here. I just saw her walk inside. So, you know, to protect her privacy or whatever, I stayed in the office. He went over there to go knock on the door, and he came back and she didn't answer the door. So she must have been hiding. She didn't want to confront it. I knew she hit my car, like. So I'm already pissed because it was already a couple days the incident happened. The property manager went to go knock on the door to see if she was willing to talk to me, and nothing. So yeah, by the time that I went to the sheriff's department, you know, I had already given her a chance to try to see if she would like to talk to me, or so we can exchange information or whatever. But it seemed to me like she was trying to run from the situation or hide from the situation, right? So it was just boiling me up, like getting me more furious. And I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna report her, you know. So I go into the highway patrol office, and tell me why, when I get there, I'm like, hey, here's the report that I have. I want to add the person that hit my car because I have their title or their tags. And you know what they told me? They told me, they're like, just call your insurance and they'll take care of it. And I was like, okay, something doesn't smell right. I'm like, so I kind of paused for a little bit, and I looked at him, and I was like, so I have the tags of someone that hit my car, and I would like to make a report about it. And then he was like, no, he's like, just go through your insurance and they'll handle everything. And if they don't want to handle it, or they don't have insurance, then you just sue them. Something doesn't smell fishy here. Like, I was just like, what? So you mean to tell me someone commits a hit and run, which cost, like, well, at the time I didn't know how much the damage was, but I knew I had an estimate of more than $10,000. You hit my car and another car and you damaged it. So I'm like, you mean to tell me someone damages some property, costs more than $10,000, and committed like almost a freaking misdemeanor? I'm pretty sure that's a misdemeanor. And they're just like out there free to go, like no care in the freaking world. Yeah, that's exactly what they had told me. I walked out, I was furious, pissed off, like so pissed off. I don't even get pissed off easily. Like, I am very chill, very calm. I try to collect myself and I try not to get mad over certain things, right? But this day, I was pissed and I was just like, wow. People are pushing my freaking buttons. So I go ahead, go sit in the car. At this time, I had to go get a rental because my car was in the shop. I had to take my car to the shop and get it fixed. I called the insurance and I was just like, hey, I have the tag number of the person that hit my car. I gave it to them. Wow. They ran it up. This person has the same insurance that I do. So at least that's a plus. And they were like, alright, so now the next thing we have to do is we have to call them. Because if we call them, they also have to be aware of what happened and the charges. And we need to hear their side, which is fair enough, whatever. I'm just so pissed. Like, at this point, I'm just like, you know what, ready to throw the towel. I'm over it. The next day, being the 3rd, right, I get a phone call from my insurance and they're like, yeah, so we can't fix your car because it is deemed a total loss. The worst news that I've gotten. I almost cried. I was like, what? Are you kidding me right now? Like, do you not know? And I didn't mean to get mad at the insurance company because it's not their fault. Like, they're not the ones that drove into my car. But I was just like, you mean to tell me that I literally was almost done with my car, paying my car payment, and now I have to start all over? And they're like, yeah, we can give you some money. This is the amount of money that we can give you. The amount of money that they gave me was nowhere near what I had paid for the car, which next time you got like that. Now I know that when certain cars you leave out the lot, it loses its value, and especially over the time, so you get nowhere near what the car is actually worth. So I was just like, they gave me maybe like 1/3 of what my car is actually, like what I had originally paid for, and I was just devastated because this girl totaled my car and messed up my financial plan. Right, what time is it? Oh shit, I'm past the time. Alright, so screwed up my financial plan and I was just beyond pissed. And I was just lost for words, you know. And I mean, I probably said a couple things to the insurance company. I don't know what the hell I said to them, but I ended up hanging up the phone and I was just like, why? Like, what the F? And then I hear a knock on the door. I go out there, open the door, and guess who it is? The property manager with the female that hit my car. And that's the last thing that I wanted to see. Like, she was definitely the last person I wanted to see, and but she was just apologizing, saying I apologize, the insurance company called me and I take full responsibility, which I guess is good because now they will, now I don't have to pay my deductible. But at this time, I didn't want to talk to her. I was just like, look, it is what it is. The only thing that I asked her and the only thing I wanted to know was, why couldn't you just leave a note or something in my car? Like, why didn't you leave a note? And I asked her and she was just like, look, I'm sorry, I didn't even realize I hit your car. The girl totaled my car and didn't realize she hit my car. At this point, I was done talking to her. I was just like, look, I can't stand liars. That's one thing that pisses me off more than anything in the world is a liar. Like, I cannot deal with a freaking liar. And once she lied to my face talking about, like, I don't even know her, but you are sitting there telling me that you didn't even realize you hit my car. I don't know who you're fooling, but I was just like, alright, well, it is what it is, and I'm pretty much done talking to you, and that's it. You know, whatever. I appreciate the apology. Yo, I had so much self-control. So much self-control. But yeah, so I'm gonna cut this video short. I'm already way past, like 10 minutes past the time that I'm supposed to be here. I literally have 10 minutes to go ahead and get ready and go to work. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching and hearing my rant of my 2020 experience of what had happened. Hopefully I go ahead and put this video up soon so you can hear it. And some of my family members are already tracking, you know, what had happened to me. But I definitely did get a new car. That's a good outcome. And if you don't know yet, my wife is pregnant. Woo! Right? She is 14 weeks pregnant. So she's only 3 months. What is that? 3 months and a half. So I can't wait. Can't wait. Woo! Alright. But I appreciate it. I will continue making a new video about probably my car, or you know, all about my wife, or we'll probably make a video together. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. It's always great to have, you know, friends and followers and you know, people that love us, or I love them, you know, just sit here and it feels like we're sitting here conversating. But oh, one good thing that I wanted to start doing is adding a quote. So one quote for the week that I have gotten this week is, get real with yourself, name your enemies. With this, it will help you improve and set your goals. So what that means is, you know what your enemies are. Your enemies could be like, you're a procrastinator, you're lazy, you don't know how to get up on time or anything like that, right? So get real with yourself, and the faster that you can realize what your weaknesses are, or what your weaknesses are, right, the better that you can go ahead and improve yourself and continue with your goals. Make sure you continue setting goals for yourself. And with that being said, I'll leave you with that. Hopefully that helps you out for the remainder of the week, and then I'm gonna try to keep putting more quotes there for you guys so that you guys can continue to grow with me as well and become a better human being, right, Oreo? Because we need to become better humans. We need to be better humans, right? Yeah. Alright, love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Stay tuned for my next video. I'm gonna start trying to post once a week.